Hello and welcome to the Grand's Virtual Super Showcase. My name is Ashley Terwilliger, Community Relations Manager for the Grand and your host to start off tonight's festivities. I first became active with the Grand about 10 years ago as an ensemble member in the Christmas show. Over the years, I've continued to participate in productions as a dancer, a cast member, a lead actor, a choreographer, and finally a director. My daughter has been in shows, my toddler is growing up participating in rehearsals, and my husband is a board member and chair of the facility committee. The Grand is a special place to us and to countless other members of our community, many of whom you'll see performing in tonight's showcase. So during these uncertain times, it is more important than ever that we support each other and our local businesses. The fundraiser tonight will keep our wonderful theater vital and active, fostering art, creativity, and togetherness until we can physically be back together enjoying all things Grand. Please consider donating at grandonline.org and right at the top of the Grand's Facebook page. Another way you can show your support is to share this video with your friends and family and anyone else who wants the Grand's neon sign glowing for years to come. Thank you, Grand friends, past and present. Now, sit back and relax as the Grand presents the Virtual Super Showcase. Enjoy.
What makes a stage more than just wood and paint? Or what makes a building more than just walls and a ceiling? Is it jubilant music or bright lights? Is it the roar of applause or the swelling pride of a job well done and a standing ovation? Is it the set design or the costumes? Maybe it's the concessions or awards and accolades. Each of these may make up what a theater does. But is that the end of the story? No. Even after the bright lights fade and the last note has been sung, there is one word that can describe the majesty and wonder that exists within these walls: community. Without community, we would be an empty shell. Without community, we would be a building with no purpose. Without your support, we would cease to exist. The Grand isn't just a theater, it's a community. A community that needs you. Welcome to your Grand.
There are hundreds of names written on the backstage walls of the Grand. The building itself has become an historical record of all the performers who have taken the stage over the years. These markings are as significant as the hieroglyphics of an ancient people. But why sign your name? For many people, the Grand is a refuge and a home away from home. You found decade-long friendships at the Grand. You found the Grand to be your safe place. You found the Grand to be your happy place. The Grand is one of life's milestones. You saw your first movie here. You met your husband here. You were in your first play here. We assume it will always be here, and the names will continue to be added to the walls as performers take the stage and audiences fill the seats. Then a crisis occurs, and the seats are empty, and the stage is home to only a ghost light to keep the spirits of shows past silent company. The Grand can't be everything to everyone, but it can be something for everyone. The Grand is whatever you want it to be.
Hello, my name is Muneer Hasham. I'm one of the board members for the Grand, and I have acted at the Grand, I have participated in the Grand, and I was asked to tell you a little bit more about the Grand. So, the Grand is a very welcoming place. As a person who's from away, I have been welcomed at the Grand. I've had made friendships at the Grand. My daughter, who has been on the stage multiple times, more than I have, it feels at home at the Grand. It is a wonderful place. I do not know any way how to express myself more than that. So, if you have the ability to support the Grand in any way, remember, the Grand carries our heritage, our civilization. So, please support the Grand. Thank you.
Here's a simple song, everybody knows it. Ooh, it's such a simple song, that's exactly why I chose it. To open up the night with something light, like a very simple song. Oh, such a simple song. Such a simple song, I wonder who composed it. Such a simple song, how do you suppose that there's a part of everybody's heart in every simple song? Such a simple song. You'd be surprised what goes on backstage, getting ready for the show. A little bit of pressure on the boy up here to keep the music flowing. But of every simple song, delicate and tender, can help a boy along, together to remember, to find the love in the middle of even a very simple song. Yes, a very simple song. Ooh, such a simple song. Such a simple song.
My name is Noel Stookey, and I've had the privilege to sing at the Grand Auditorium, spanning some 30 years. One of the performances you saw just then. We're going to show another one in just a few moments, but I wanted to ask you in this time of COVID, where we're all kind of keeping to ourselves, that we not keep our support to ourselves for this grand institution called the Auditorium. Now, I've been told you can go online to www.grandonline.org and make a donation there, $5, $10, $15, $25. Or you could write a check, and Nick Turner, the director, said that he'll come out to your house to pick it up with wearing a mask, of course. I don't know whether we can believe that, but what we can believe is that when we get through this pandemic, we're going to want to meet at the Grand and celebrate together. Speaking of celebrating, the next song is called Glory Road, and if you listen real close, you're going to hear an audience, as only the Grand can provide, sing along.
This train, she's bound for glory, this train, she's bound for glory, this train, she's bound for glory, don't carry nothing but the righteous and the holy. This train, she's bound for glory, this train.
Hi, my name is Sara Phillips, and I'll be singing Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again from The Phantom of the Opera. You were once my one companion. You were all that mattered. You were once a friend and father. Then my world was shattered. Wishing you were somehow here again. Wishing you were somehow near. Sometimes it seemed if I just dreamed, somehow you would be here. Wishing I could hear your voice again, knowing that I never would. Dreaming of you won't help me to do all that you dreamed I could. Passing bells and sculpted angels, cold and monumental, seen for you the wrong companions. You were warm and gentle. Too many years fighting back tears. Why can't the past just die? Wishing you were somehow here again, knowing we must say goodbye. Try to forgive, teach me to live, give me the strength to try. No more memories, no more silent tears, no more gazing across the wasted years. Help me say goodbye. Help me say
Hey, Anthony Pizzuto coming from the beautiful Garden State, New Jersey. Boy, do I miss the Grand. I have so many fond memories of that building, of the people, and I will always treasure those memories. My involvement with the Grand goes all the way back to when I was in elementary school at Surrey Elementary. We used to go to the Performing Arts for Children programs back when I was a little kid, and I saw some amazing shows on that stage, and that's really what inspired me to want to be in entertainment, be a performer, be a maker of various things. And, you know, the Grand was never really on my radar up until high school when we went to go pick up a friend of mine, Timothy Hunt, who was in rehearsals for Oliver back in 1997. And Bob Barr was the musical director, and he was desperate for men to fill the chorus. And so my buddies and I decided to sing a couple notes. We didn't think we could sing, but we did. And we ended up making our debut in Oliver in 1997. And that's when the acting bug hit me. And, I'll always appreciate what the Grand did to help kind of foster the creativity within me, within the community, through their educational programs, through the Grand players, and all their great partnerships with theater companies in the region like 10 Bucks or Castle Theater or the New Surrey Theater. So Grand, thank you so much for being there, being a staple in the community. Thank you for everything you did for me, and I look forward to the day where I can give back even more to you. So thank you. When Kim reached out and asked us to participate in this kind of grand showcase, I immediately thought about singing No More from Into the Woods. It's one of the last things I sang on the grand stage, and it's one of my favorite songs. It's from Stephen Sondheim's Into the Woods, which is one of my favorite musicals. There's so many great themes and messages and lessons to be learned in that show. So for the first time in 15 years on the grand stage and on the virtual grand stage for the first time ever, I present to you No More from Into the Woods. No more questions, please. No more tests. Comes the day you say what for, please. No more. We disappoint, we disappear, we die, but we don't. They disappoint and turn, I fear, forgive though they won't. No more riddles, no more jests, no more curses you can't undo, left by fathers you never knew. No more quests, no more feelings, time to shut the door. Just no more. Running away, let's do it. Free from the ties that bind. No more despair or burdens to bear out there in the yonder. Running away, go to it. Where did you have in mind? Have to take care, unless there's a where, you'll only be wandering blind. Just more questions, different kind. Where are we to go? Where are we ever to go? Running away, we'll do it. Why sit around resigned? Trouble is, son, the farther you run, the more you feel undefined for what you have left undone, and more what you've left behind. We disappoint, we leave a mess, we die, but we don't. We disappoint and turn, I guess, forget though we won't. Like father, like son. No more giants waging war. Can't we just pursue our lives with our children and our wives till that happier day arrives? How do you ignore all the witches, all the curses, all the wolves, all the lies, the false hopes, the goodbyes, the reverses, all the wondering what even worse is still in store? All the children all the giants. No more. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kathy Cook, General Manager of the Ellsworth American. So people will ask me, what makes downtown Ellsworth so vibrant? I would have to say that it's our mix of shops and restaurants, but more importantly, it's the Grand. The Grand is a Main Street icon visually, historically, and culturally. World caliber acts have taken the stage, as have many entertaining community theater productions there. Countless young children found their confidence on that wooden stage, and it's at the Grand that most area students experience their first live performance. It's a place for us to come together, and I can't wait to safely do that again. So please join me in supporting the Grand.
Comes along, I'll know then and there. I'll know at the sight of his face how I care, how I care, how I care. And I'll stop, and I'll stare, and I'll know long before he can speak. I'll know in my heart. I'll know, and I won't ever ask, am I right? Am I wise? Am I smart? And I'll stop, and I'll stare at the face in the throng. Yes, I'll know when my love comes along.
Eve Ensler spent 4 years traveling the world and interviewing women from all different ages, ethnic backgrounds, different religions, and she compiled the Vagina Monologues, and the monologue I'll be doing is called The Flood. Down there, I haven't been down there since 1953. No, it had nothing to do with Eisenhower. No, you just don't go down there, trust me. It's dark, it's clammy. The smell of the mildew gets in your clothes. No, there was no accident down there. No, it didn't blow up or catch on fire. Nothing so dramatic. There was this boy, Andy Lefkove. Oh God, he was handsome and tall like me. I'll never forget, he asked me out on a date, picked me up in his brand new white Chevy Bel Air. I can't do this. I can't talk about my down there. You just don't do that. What's a nice girl like you doing asking old ladies about the down there's for anyway? We didn't do this type of thing when I was a girl. Andy, oh, he was a real catch. That's what we called it in my day. I'll never forget, I was just sitting there in the car, thinking about my knees. I have very long legs, and my kneecaps were smushed up against the dashboard, when all of a sudden, Andy grabbed me in one of those take you like they do in the movie kinds of kisses. I was excited. I was so excited. And that's when it happened. The flood. From down there, it just came out of me like a river of life, like a force of passion. Right out of me, through my panties, and onto the seat of his brand new white Chevy Bel Air. Well, it didn't smell, and it wasn't pee. Well, Andy said, it smelled like sour milk. He said I was a weird, smelly girl, and I had stained the seat of his new car. Well, I was mortified. tried to explain to him. He caught me off guard. Nothing like this had ever happened to me before. I tried to wipe up the flood with my dress, my new yellow primrose dress. It looked ugly with the flood on it. He took me home. He never said another word to me. And when I got there, I closed the door on the whole thing. Closed for business, never to be open again. I used to have these dreams, weird dreams, dopey dreams. Why? Burt Reynolds. I don't know why. In life, he never did anything for me. But in my dreams, it was always Burt and I, Burt and I, Burt and I. So there we were in this fancy restaurant, like the ones you'd see in Atlantic City, the big chandeliers, thousands of waiters in their vests. And he's standing there, and he has this beautiful orchid corsage for me. I pin it to my blazer. Oh, we would laugh. We were always laughing, laughing, laughing. Oh, and we had shrimp cocktail, huge shrimp, fabulous shrimp. And just as he's about to lean into me and kiss me, the whole restaurant starts shaking and pigeons fly out from under the table. I don't know why the pigeons were there. And it starts, the flood from down there. It just pours out of me. It pours out of me. Little boats and fish. The restaurant fills up. And there is Burt, waist deep in it, looking horrified that I had done it again. As his friends, Dean Martin and the like, swim by us in their tuxedos and ball gowns. Well, I don't have those dreams anymore. Not since they took out just about everything connected with down there. The tubes, the uterus, that all had to go. My doctor, he's a real comedian, he says, you don't use it, you lose it. But really, it was the cancer. Highly overrated anyway, if you ask me. I have other interests. Love the dog shows. I sell antiques. What? What would it wear? What kind of question is that? What would it wear? It would wear a sign, closed due to flooding. What would it say? I told you, it's not a thing that speaks. It's a place you don't go. It's in the cellar, underneath the house, down there. Well, there, are you happy? You got an old lady to talk about this stuff. You know, to tell you the truth, you're the very first person I've ever talked to about any of this stuff. I feel kind of better. Hello, my name is PJ Keenan, and I have been thinking about my first time at the Grand. I used to come to the Grand when I was a little girl. My mother would always bring us to the musicals, and it was probably some of the most magical times of my childhood. I loved seeing all of the costumes and hearing the numbers, and it definitely sparked my love of theater. And as an adult, I have been fortunate enough to be on the stage at the Grand, and it is one of the most incredible feelings. You're around your theater family, and there's nothing like it. I think one of the most amazing things to me about the Grand is how much it really just envelops the community theater. One moment you could be on the stage, during the next show you're helping with costumes, or you're helping backstage, or you're directing. And I just think that's so incredible. Just like in life, all of our roles change. The Grand has been the heart of our downtown for over 80 years, and we hope that it's here for another 80. It brings together many different groups of people, actors, community members. I moved back to Ellsworth a few years ago, and when I came back into the Grand, it was amazing. Some of the faces had changed, but the feeling was the same here. It's a family, it's a piece of the community, it's truly the heart of downtown. And I am so proud to be a part of this. Recently, I was involved with one of the children's shows here, Charlotte's Web, and we performed for all of the schools, and it was so fun. The Grand has been a part of our history in Ellsworth for over 80 years, and we are so lucky to have this treasure downtown. It really reaches out to our community in so many different ways, and I truly believe the Grand has something to offer everybody. From its musical theater productions, to its straight plays, to Shakespeare, to concerts, to movies, to Super Bowl parties, to award show parties, to the Banff Film Festival. We have truly, truly found a way to ignite everyone's interest in the community. And it is a true treasure, and it's a true gift that the Grand gives us. And this is our opportunity to give back to the Grand. We hope that you would consider donating. Thank you.
You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged, oh I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, the darkness inside you can make you feel so small. Show me a smile then. Don't be unhappy. Can't remember when I last saw you laughing. This world makes you crazy, and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up, 'cause I will always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful. Like a rainbow. Oh, like a rainbow. Can't remember when I last saw you laughing. This world makes you crazy, and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up, 'cause I will always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful. Like a rainbow. Oh, like a
Hey y'all, I'm Tiffany Williams,
And I'm Jonathan Dean.
and we're coming to you live from Knoxville, Tennessee, on behalf of the Grand on Main Street in Ellsworth, a beautiful venue. I was recently up in Maine and had the good fortune to do a live stream from inside the Grand, and it's just an absolute treasure in Ellsworth for sure. And so we want to do all we can to support it during these tough times, keep it going. So we're gonna play our new single for you guys. We hope you like it, and we hope that you'll do what you can to support the Grand.
This is called If It Wasn't.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bob Miller.
Hi, I'm Mary Miller. And I'm Abigail Miller. And we just want to take a minute to say thank you to the Grand for all you guys do for our community. Because of you guys, you've brought the community theater back into our schools, and you've inspired so many children to take up theater and try something new and be proud of themselves and let their community be proud of them, just like our own child.
That's right.
And we've had so much fun doing some programs with her as well.
We've had some great people acting in shows as well as attending shows.
Right.
And volunteering for shows.
And we just also wanted to say thank you for all of your hard work and care for taking care of this wonderful antique building. The Grand really is the jewel of downtown, and you guys put a lot of effort into making sure the roof is staying up, making sure that the basement stays dry, and just making sure that this beautiful building is open to the public and is accessible to all. And we thank you and appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds' illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel when every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from win or lose, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds. I've looked at life that way, but now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed, but something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win or lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I
I'm Stevie McGary, Artistic Director of the Robinson Ballet. We love performing for the Grand. Whether it's a snowy Nutcracker evening or a hot spring packed series morning, we can't imagine a season without coming to Ellsworth. We've partnered with the Grand for over 25 years, and we'd like to partner with them for 25 more. Please continue to support the Grand and all of the amazing work that they do.
Hi, this is Mark Tipton. I'm a trumpeter and composer in the area, and my group Les Sorciers Perdus has performed several silent film scores at the Grand over the years. And I'm just going to play a little improvisation, but I want to suggest that everybody supports the Grand so that great performances and live theater can continue well into the future.
Hey everyone, Chris Popper here from Town Square Media. I just coming on here to tell you how important I think the Grand is to the fabric of the Ellsworth and Down East arts community. One of the highlights of our winter is always going to see Bob Marley at the Grand in January. There's nothing better than laughing when it's snowing out and freezing. I've loved the Grand. I've loved to be able to promote all the activities that they've had. I've loved the fact that I've been able to be a judge for Ellsworth's Got Talent, for the lip sync contest, and can't wait to see everyone there at the Grand. Wouldn't it be grand to have the Grand open on Main Street in Ellsworth?
Here we are, standing at the corner of Walk Don't Walk. You look away, trying not to catch my eye. But you didn't turn away fast enough, did ya? You don't like my raspy voice, do ya? And I got this raspy voice because I gotta yell all the time because nobody around here ever listens to me. You don't like that I scratch so much? Yes, and excuse me, I scratch so much because my neurons are on fire. And I'll admit, my smile is not at its Pepsodent best. Because my calves must have somehow got osteoporosis. And my eyes are twirling around in my head like fruit flies. They're better to see you with, my dear. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm crazy. You think I'd give a hoot? You people, you look at my shopping bags, judge me crazy because I save all this junk? What do we call the ones who buy it? It's my belief we all, at one time or another, ask ourselves the question secretly. Am I crazy? In my case, the answer came back a resounding yes! You're thinking, how does a person know whether they're crazy or not? Well, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you can go through life suspecting that you are, but never really knowing for sure. And sometimes you know for sure, because you got so many people telling you you're crazy that it's your word against everyone else's. Another sign is when you see life so clear sometimes, you black out. This is your typical visionary variety who get flashes of insight, but can't get anyone to listen to them because their insights make them sound so crazy. In my case, the symptoms are subtle, but unmistakable to the trained eye. For instance, here I am standing at the corner of Walk Don't Walk, waiting for these aliens from outer space to show up. I call that crazy, don't you? If I were sane, I'd be waiting for the light like everyone else. They're late, as usual. You'd think, with all they know about time travel, they could be on time once in a while. I could kick myself. I told them I'd meet them on the corner of Walk Don't Walk round lunchtime. Do they even know what lunch is? I doubt it. And round. Why did I say round? Why wasn't I more specific? This is so typical of what I do. Now they're probably stuck in time somewhere, wondering what I meant by round lunchtime. And when they get here, they'll be dying to know what lunch means. And when they find out it means going to Howard Johnson's for fried clams, I wonder, will they be just a bit let down? I dread having to explain tartar sauce. They asked me once my thoughts on infinity. I told them, with all I got to think about, infinity is not on my list of things to think about. They said their idea of infinity is time-released time. They're this kind of cosmic fact-finding committee. Amongst other projects, they've been searching all over for signs of intelligent life. They love going through my shopping bags. Once they found this box of cream of wheat. I told them a box of cereal, but they saw it as a picture of infinity. You know how on the front there's this picture of that guy holding up a box of cream of wheat? And on that box is a picture of a guy holding up a box of cream of wheat. And on that box is a picture of a guy holding up a box of cream of wheat. And on that box is a picture of a guy holding up a box of cream of wheat. We think so different. They find it hard to grasp some things that come easy to us simply because they don't have our frame of reference. I showed them a can of Campbell's tomato soup. I said, this is soup. Then I hold up a picture of Andy Warhol's painting of Campbell's tomato soup. I said, this is art. This is soup, and this is art. Then I shuffle the two behind my back. Okay, now what is this? No, this is soup, and this is art. Art, soup, soup, art. No, that's cream of wheat. This is soup, and this is art. They insisted I take them somewhere so they could get goosebumps. They were dying to know what it was like. So I decided maybe we should take in a play. I got goosebumps once that way. So we headed back over to Schubert Alley. On the way to the play, we stopped to look at the stars. And as usual, I was in awe. And then I felt even more in awe at the capacity we have to feel in awe about something. Then I became even more awestruck at the idea that I was, in some small way, a part of that which I was in awe about. And this feeling went on and on and on. My space chum's got a word for it. Awe infinitum. Because at the point you can comprehend how incomprehensible it all is, you're about as smart as you need to be. And suddenly I burst into song. Ah, sweet mystery of life, at last I found thee. And I felt so good inside, and my heart felt so full. I decided to set aside some time each day to do aerobics. Because at the moment you are most in awe of all there is about life that you don't understand, you are closer to understanding it all than at any other time. Ah.
My name is Brian Langley. I'm the owner of the Union River Lobster Pot downtown Ellsworth. And when I think of Ellsworth, what makes Ellsworth a community, I think of three things. We have wonderful schools, we have a fabulous hospital, and we have the Grand Theater. Now that's really important, community theater to making a community be a community. And when COVID-19 hit, we tried to figure out ways that we could help the Grand survive. Hence, we've had music here on Friday nights at the Lobster Pot, and for the past 3 weeks, we have had Shakespeare on the River. Now it's been fabulously lot of fun, and it shows our support for the Grand, and people have been coming out showing their support. But it's really time to dig in deep and try to help the Grand stay alive. I never ever want to be having conversations with people and say, remember when we used to have the Grand Theater on Main Street? We need the Grand Theater to be here for years and years to come. So whatever we can do to help, let's do it. And have a great day, and don't forget the blueberry pie.
With loving and loving and cooking and loving, we're happy as happy can be. With loving and loving and cooking and loving, we're happy as happy can be.
One of the Grand's longest and mutually beneficial partnerships has been with the Gilbert and Sullivan Society of Maine. This stage has been their performance space for decades. This 501c3 nonprofit works to bring the comic operas of Gilbert and Sullivan to Down East Maine and to foster a sense of community among theater enthusiasts. Every year, February performances of GSSME have brightened the long winter nights of this area for both audience and cast, with music, humor, and colorful and exciting sets. The Grand looks forward to working with the Gilbert and Sullivan Society of Maine.
Okay, Lionel, from now on, you're a lion. Hey, give me some oatmeal, scrambled eggs, bacon, and toast. Hey, you got any money? Yeah, don't worry about it. I got plenty of money to get us started, you know? Hey, look, we're going to open up a car wash business. Nothing fancy. Everything's over there, and the best, too. I got enough money to get us rolling. And it's going to be Maxie's Car Wash. And for every car, there's dirt. You and I are going to be partners, right? But you got to work, though. You got to work. Everything's fair and square, right? Look, you could make a lot of money in this car wash business. More than you've ever had. I got it down to 1%. I know this business. Every penny inside and out. It's an absolute foolproof enterprise. Absolutely foolproof. Hey, fella, haven't you got anything better to do than listen to other people's conversations? Look, I got to tell you something about me. I'm one mean son of a bitch. You know what I mean? I don't trust anybody, and I don't love anybody. And I can tear the ass in of a goddamn elephant, too. Hey, but you and me, we're going to be partners, right? But you got to be straight with me, right? You got to be fair and square. Hey, we're going to have a good car wash business. Otherwise, I'm going to break your back. Hey, give me a bottle of beer and a chocolate donut, huh? It escapes me how I became acquainted with the Grand or how long I've been involved with the Grand, but I can tell you that it's been in excess of 40 years. And an enjoyment from many standpoints, but for my part, being on stage has been enjoyable. I've worked as a board member, I've worked as president of the board, I've been an interim director of the Grand. But more importantly for me, and why I became involved, was the children that you see here. The children that you see in the audience, the children that you see up on stage. That's what's important to me. And keeping those doors open so children, as well as adults, but more children for me than the adults, because my philosophy has always been the adults can entertain themselves, but children depend on the adults to entertain them. And this is a venue for that. If you come in here and you become involved in one of the performances in here and you see these kids on the stage, you see them playing in the audience and you're going, how in the heck are they going to ever remember these lines that they got to remember? But they're so resilient and they're so focused that it's not a problem for them. Their minds are not cluttered like the adults. So for me, if I had to do one thing at the Grand, it would be make this place affordable, and it would make it a place for the children always to be able to come. And it was heartwarming for me to see us when we got back into the school systems and having the school systems come here and enjoy these performances. So that's what it's all about for me. I could talk for an hour, but they've given me 2 minutes. So I think that's about all I have for you. It's just enjoy the Grand. It's a wonderful place. It's an anchor for downtown. And we have a lot of supporters. We have a lot of members. And let's just keep it going.
Hello, I'm Roman Perez, the Down East Family YMCA Camp Director for Camp Discovery for our local YMCA. And I decided to get some of my campers out here that love the Grand so much to do this with me. And we want to let you all know what the Grand means to us. First of all, for a boy who comes from Miami, a big city, to come to a small town and have a place to go to not just watch a movie, but the fact to volunteer for one. I do a lot of volunteering for the Grand. I am one of their MCs, which I love. I've done some acting as well there, and that's part of what's so meaningful about the Grand, that they take a chance on almost anyone that wants to be a part of whatever it is that they're doing, and I think it's great. And for someone who works with children, I've led also an after-school program, and I would take the kids out there for vacation camp. Wasn't that fun going over there during vacation camp?
He's a great camp director.
Yeah.
I recommend
Well, thank you. It's not about me. This is about the Grand right now, though. And Max Wood and Savannah are actually two of my artistes, when it comes to drama. And that's something that the Grand offers for the kids, for the seniors, of all ages, to come out. And they have their own summer camp as well, too, which we have collaborated with them. And we've done our own lip sync battle, right? Yeah. She has been there twice. Did you do one? Do one year? Did you do one last year?
No.
Something like that. Lyle, have you been to the Grand also too?
Yes, I had a Christmas Carol play there before. I was in here with it.
You were with it? You see?
I was also.
You were also too?
Yeah.
So as you can see, the Grand means a lot to not just adults, but it means a lot to the generation that will continue to partake and bring life to the Grand as well. So it is important for us to have the Grand as a community, a place to go to act, to watch movies, and the staff there is just awesome, and so many of them that are there do it voluntarily, which is great. It is something very important, and that we all love in the downtown of Maine. Now I'm stuck with all my words. We already did like 2 recordings already. This is take 3, and we were so good before. Nothing is script either. This is all impromptu. Anyways, I got a bus that just got here to get some kids on the bus, but we love you, the Grand. We love the Grand. The Grand is awesome. And can we say thank you, Grand?
Thank you, Grand.
And keep going strong. Yeah, what are you going to say, Max?
We appreciate everything you've done for us, and as a community, like when we grow up to be older and have our own little ones, like to take them there. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Grand. We love you guys. Bye. Peace out.
For those who don't know me, my name is Kell. I've performed many times at the Grand, mostly with the Gilbert and Sullivan Society of Maine, but most recently in the Grand's production of Clue the Musical last spring in the role of the detective. I have so many incredible memories at the Grand, but one of my favorites was in Gilbert and Sullivan's The Sorcerer. At the end of Act 1, all of the townspeople fall asleep on stage, and they had to stay there completely still throughout the entire intermission. But I was in middle school then and didn't have to be on stage for that, so a few of the other kids and I drove a remote control car from offstage all around the stage trying to make the people on stage break. Not sure how happy they were with that, but it's one of those memories that stuck with me. I'll be singing History of a Wrong Guys from Kinky Boots, and I hope you enjoy. No, don't you dare. Girl, I'm warning you. I think I've got a crush. I can't. I think I'm falling for him. Oh, why not? Women have been making bad choices since the beginning of time. Are you gonna be another one of mine? Oh, used to think you were from outer space. There's that bright-eyed guy in your place. You're kinda cute when you're not so shy. Oh, but I've been here before. Have I come back for more? Another chapter in the history of wrong guys. You used to be so a limp like less than 4, but now you're changing into something I just can't ignore. Charlie, honestly, I've been hurt like this before. Is there really more to you than what I always thought? How can you surprise me anymore? You've got a girlfriend, you flake. Why are they only nice when they're unavailable? I don't wanna be another star-crossed lover. We all know how that ends. I'm better off without him. You're better off as friends. Oh, but I've been here before. Have I come back for more? Another chapter in the history of wrong guys. Yesterday no spark, no heartache in a lark, but today I'm feeling something I
one of my favorite stories to tell is this one right here. Most of my friends and good friends know that I'm a Maine guide. I do that on the side of my real job. So one of my favorite stories comes from an actual true story from guiding, and it was several years ago. One of my main things in guiding is I do moose safaris up at Greenville for Northwoods Outfitters. So I was assigned to this family of 8 from Louisiana, and they were really wonderful people, but they were extremely hard to understand because of their accent. They had a very deep Southern Louisianan accent. The family consisted of mom and dad and 6 children. 6. And the children's ages ranged from 6 to 16. So when I got introduced to them as me being their guide for the day, I always introduced myself, no matter what the age is, as, "Hi, I'm your guide, my name is Tim." So the parents, were very, very nice, but they said to me, "Well, to the children, you're going to be Mr. Tim." And I said, "Oh, that's okay. They can just call me Tim." And they're like, No. They're gonna refer to you as Mr. Tim." And I said, "Okay, that's fine. It's just that Southern hospitality thing." So anyway, let me cut to the story. We go on the moose tour. We see 4, 5, 6 moose. One really nice, great big bull. And their youngest one, the youngest child, his name was Kyle, and he was the 6-year-old. He really took to me, and I'm a former educator, so I took to him. And so the funny part of the story takes place on the ride home back to the store after we'd seen all the moose. And I'm driving this big van, and I've got the father sitting next to me in the passenger seat. I've got Kyle sitting right behind me where I can reach and touch his knee, and Mom is sitting next to him, and then all the rest of the family sitting in the third seat back. So I'm gonna tell you the story word for word on the ride home. I'm not exaggerating one bit. I'm not exaggerating accents, nor am I exaggerating levels of enthusiasm. So the cute thing about Kyle was he was the hardest one to understand because number one, he had the thickest Louisiana accent, and number two, he was the most enthusiastic. So that combination made it really hard to understand what Kyle was saying, and I really had to pay attention. But he loved talking with me, and I loved talking with him. Mom and Dad were beaming that he had connected to this gentleman from Maine. So here we are on the ride back. Here's how the conversation goes, and I think you'll be able to kind of see where I was trying to take the conversation. By the way, every time that I would say, "Hey, Kyle," I would get this, "Yeah, Mr. Tim." He was that enthusiastic. So here we go. This is the ride home. We're driving home. By the way, I pause for effect in my conversations with him to kind of draw it out a little bit. And so I'm doing it exactly how it went. So we're driving down the road, coming back down after seeing 4 or 5 moose. "Hey, Kyle." "Yeah, Mr. Tim." Did you have a good time?" "Oh, this was great. This was great," he said. So Mom and Dad are beaming, right? They're just beaming, and I'm smiling, I'm laughing. I give it 30 seconds. And I'm looking in my rearview mirror. "Hey, Kyle." "Yeah, Mr. Tim." I said, do you have moose in Louisiana?" "Oh, no, we don't have anything like that," he said. And I'm smiling. I knew most of the answers to my questions. And I said, "Okay." Wait a little bit. "Hey, Kyle." "Yeah, Mr. Tim." What was your favorite moose today?" "Oh, the big bull," he said. "The big bull." "Yeah, mine too. Mine too," I said. Wait a little bit. "Hey, Kyle." "Yeah, Mr. Tim." I said, "Do you think after you get home in Louisiana that maybe someday you might come back?" And he whipped over to his mom and he looked up at her and he goes, "Mom?" She looked down with a big smile and she goes, "Sure, honey, we're coming back, Mr. Tim. We're coming back." He didn't even let her finish. So I'm smiling. Mom and Dad still beaming. driving along, wait a little bit. Hey, Kyle. Yeah, Mr. Tim. I said, you think maybe, you think maybe when you come back that you might go on another moose tour with me? Mom, are we gonna go on another moose tour? Sure, honey, we'll go on. We're going on another moose tour, Mr. Tim. So we're all smiling, almost laughing. So we're driving along. Now I've got the conversation right exactly where I want it. And so I give it one last, hey, Kyle. And I get, yeah, Mr. Tim. I said, who's your favorite guide? He goes, oh, the guy from Yellowstone. And I bent right over the steering wheel laughing. Didn't see that coming at all. Tears running down my face. Mom nudges Kyle and she says, Kyle, that's rude. He goes, well, what, Mom? He asked. And I said, I did. And I'm trying to tell Mom I'm laughing so hard I'm crying. I'm like, it's okay. I get to tell this story for the rest of my life. And then I looked over at Dad and I nudged him and I said, hey, I do want to find out what this SOB in Yellowstone did to be number one. Anyway, that's my story. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that the patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin, Who would photos bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life? But the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have, than to fly to others we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is cickled o'er with the pale cast of thought, and enterprise of great pitch and moment. With this regard the currents turn awry, and lose the name of action.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Edmondson. I love small towns. I've always lived in small towns, communities that value every business, every restaurant, every church, every citizen. The one thing that sets these places apart is the heart that beats right underneath the surface, the driver of community consciousness. Some places, it's a sports team that defines who they are. Maybe it's an amusement park, or perhaps a club lodge. I've come to understand that the really lucky places are blessed with an auditorium, not just a movie theater, but a venue with a stage, ample seating, and a mission focused upon serving as a home for creative people. 30-plus years ago, my family and I moved to Maine and immediately sought out a cultural and community-driven venue. We quickly discovered that the Grand was where it was all happening. We began attending live performances as audience members, and soon we were drawn into the realm of music, live theater, and all that the Grand had to offer. We saw nationally known performers such as Leon Redbone and the Glenn Miller Orchestra, Sean Healy, and many others grace the Stanley Subaru stage. But what really resonated with me was the commitment the Ellsworth community had to live theater and musical theater. From the Gilbert and Sullivan Society to the numerous Grand-sponsored musicals and plays, there was always something for any taste. To celebrate the Grand's 75th birthday, I was asked to compose an orchestral score for a silent film to be played by Tempo, the Eastern Maine Pops Orchestra. It was a packed house and so popular that I was asked to compose for 2 more silent films at the Grand, which were conducted by my son Ethan Edmondson. That was so much fun. Tempo has also provided patriotic music for Wreaths Across America events and performed a fundraiser concert for Maine's own Travis Mills Foundation towards the building of a veterans retreat. Tempo has partnered with dance troupes and local artists to create paintings inspired by the music of Tempo. All this happened at the Grand. The Grand is both entertaining and educational. While teaching music in the Bar Harbor School for 30-plus years, I brought my entire 2nd grade to the superb performance of Hansel and Gretel for a PAC performance, that's Performing Arts for Children. During another PAC performance, I conducted Tempo on stage for the live theatrical production of Peter and the Wolf for a sea of school children. Those PAC performances really pack the audience's seats, and they're filled with children. At the other end of the age spectrum, the Met performances draw quite a large audience for those with more of a highbrow preference and taste in opera. The Gilbert and Sullivan Society has made the Grand their home for years. The Grand really knows how to make the community connection. Numerous other opportunities for involvement presented themselves to me throughout the years, such as being the music director and/or accompanist for the Summer Intensive Music Theater for Children and musicals, Charlie Brown Christmas, Clue, an original Christmas carol written by the executive director himself, Nick Turner, to name a few. Plus, stay tuned for The Sound of Music. Ooh, I even adjudicated Ellsworth's Got Talent. There is something for all ages and seasons. There is something for you. Over the past 30 years, I have made lasting friendships with the Grand staff. It has been an honor to be a contributing member of the Grand and I look forward to making much more music there. Nothing compares to the experience of directing an orchestra on the Stanley Subaru stage or accompanying shows in the pit on that dear old Steinway. I feel at home in the Grand. Whether on stage, in the pit, or in the audience, there is also a place for you. Make it your Grand. I invite and welcome you to join with me in this fundraising celebration to keep quality entertainment in our community for future audiences, musicians, and thespians.
Hey mom, dad mom, I need a little help here. I'm probably talking to myself here, but dad mom, I gotta ask, are you really in the ground? 'Cause I feel you all around me. Are you here, dead mom, dead mom, dead mom? I'm tired of trying to iron out my creases. I'm a bunch of broken pieces. It was you who made me whole. Every day Dad's staring at me like a hurry up, get happy, move along. Forget about your mama. 'Cause Daddy's in denial, Daddy doesn't wanna feel. He wants me to smile and clap like a performing seal. Ignored it for a while, Daddy's lost his mind for real. You won't believe the mess that we've become. You're my home, my destination, and I'm your clone, your strange creation. You held my hand, and life came easy. Your jokes don't land, and no one sees me. Nothing seems to fit. Mama, is this it? Are you receiving? I want something to believe in, or I'm done. Take me where my soul can run, or I'll be in my bedroom. Wake me when I'm 21. Daddy's moving forward. Daddy didn't lose a mom. Mama, won't you send a sign? I'm running out of hope in time. A plague of mice, a lightning strike, or drop a nuclear bomb. No more playing Daddy's games. I'll go insane if things don't change. Whatever it takes to make him say your name, dead mom.
Hi everybody, this is Jaimie Paige. I am a member of the Grand Board. Just recently, you may recognize me from some previous shows with the Grand. I actually just got involved with the Grand last year. My first show with them was Steel Magnolias. I hadn't auditioned previously. I went to school for theater and I I've been acting all over the place. I fell out of it though. I really did. I lost my way and I was out of theater for about 10 years. I didn't sing, I didn't act, I didn't do anything. And I got involved with another local theater, and then I saw there was an audition for Steel Magnolias, one of my favorite shows. So I auditioned and I was cast, and the Grand, they accepted me with open arms. They are my second family. They accept everybody. We're such a dynamic group of people. I can't say enough about them and the support they've provided me during bouts of serious depression. I can't say enough how theater in general has gotten me through many low places in my life. Right now, we're all struggling with everything going on. This is a big pandemic, and I can imagine a lot of people are also struggling with depression, mental illness. I know I am right now. And it's hard not having an outlet, which was the Grand for me. But we have all stayed in contact. We're there for each other. We do everything for each other. The Grand is such a wonderful place, and the community is amazing. So I encourage you to support the Grand, keep us afloat. I also encourage you, if you are struggling with mental illness and you are having a hard time right now, as I know I am, there are outlets. You cannot let it get to you. So call a crisis hotline. The Maine crisis hotline is 1-888-568-1112. They will direct you where you need to go. They are there 24/7. Call them. Talk to somebody. We are all there for you. We're in this together, and we will get through it. Thanks, guys. I miss you all.
The leaves are falling. A cold, dark wind will come. Sweethearts walk by together, and I still miss someone. I go out on a party and look for a little fun, but I find a darkened corner, 'cause I still miss someone. I never got over those blue eyes. I see them everywhere. I miss those arms that held me when all the love was there. I wonder if she's sorry for leaving what we begun. There's someone for me somewhere, and I still miss someone.
Hey everybody, I'm Gordon Thomas Ward. I'm a Grammy balladed singer-songwriter from Winter Harbor, Maine, and I'm just so honored to be able to do this video for you today for the Grand. The Grand is a fantastic performing arts center in Ellsworth, Maine that serves not only the Ellsworth and the Down East area of Maine, but well beyond that as well. They have fantastic plays and musicals and concerts and even movies that you can take advantage of there. Some of their stuff is online, which is amazing, so you could live virtually anywhere. Nick and Kim and the staff there are top-notch, and I really urge you to support them in any way you can. They are just a fantastic organization. I'm going to do a song for you today called Dreams, which is from my new record, Eider Down, that came out May 1st of 2020. And it goes like this. finished, time to rest. Lay your head on my chest. Close your eyes, be worryless in dreams. While you sleep, I will be here. Holding close, don't you fear. Darling, I won't disappear in dreams. You will hear me when the owl calls, whispering in snowfalls. I'll love you till the stars fall. I will be the moon-kissed breeze, softly fanning across your cheek. Day is finished, time to rest. Lay your head on my chest. Close your eyes, be worryless in dreams. Day is finished, time to rest in dreams. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rick Lyles, and I'm a Grand Board member. My wife Judy and I retired to Ellsworth from away a few years ago. When we were looking for a full-time home in Down East Maine, we were drawn to the city based on what it had to offer on a year-round basis. In addition to the standard things like reliable healthcare facilities and shopping opportunities and so on, we were impressed by the growing number of really respectable restaurants and the presence of an operating historic venue like the Grand. We had moved here in November and were wondering how we might get through the big dark that is a Maine winter. But almost weekly date nights all winter, consisting of dinner at one of the restaurants and then a show at the Grand, made that first winter and subsequent winters memorable. While I personally enjoy the live music and movies on the big screen, other folks live for the live local theater, the opera, or one of the activities geared towards the kids. For a town the size of Ellsworth, or any town really, having the Grand as a downtown anchor with programming that really provides something for all ages is really quite special. I'm on the board to help in some small way keep this whole endeavor going. I hope that you too can support the Grand. It's a special place and helps keep the city very special in the bargain. See you at the show.
Tonight, it all began tonight. I saw you and the world went away. Tonight, there's only you tonight. What you are, what you do, what you say. tonight. The world is full of light, with suns and moons all over the place. Tonight, tonight, the world is wild and bright, going mad, shooting stars into space. Today the world was just an address, a place for me to live in, no better than alright. But here you are, and what was just the world is a star tonight. Good night, good night. Sleep well, and when you dream, dream of me
Oh, hi. I'm Nicole Grohoski. I'm the state rep here in Ellsworth and Trenton, but most importantly, I'm a community member. I grew up in Ellsworth, and the Grand has played an important role not just for Ellsworth, but for the whole region for my entire life. Just now I was listening to one of my favorite songs from a great local band of the day, the Beetroots. I remember dancing at the Grand with my friends in high school and having just a great time. The Grand has offered us so much for so many years, from music to films to theater and so much more. So I hope right now you can consider supporting the Grand through this difficult time. I really hope that it will be here for us and our whole community for a celebration once we're through this crisis. Thanks so much.
as it has been. I miss your face like hell, but I guess it's just as well. I miss your face like hell. Been talking about then we will not relate. And if you don't know what's the main of this, then we will not relate.
Days and days and days, that's how it happens. Days and days and days, made of lunches and car rides and shirts and socks and grades and piano, and no one clocks the day you disappear. Days and days and days, that's how it happens. Days and days and days, made of posing and bragging and fits of rage, and boys, my God, some of them underage. And oh, now did it all happen here? There was a time your father swept me off my feet with words. We read books, strolled through Munich at night, drank beer with friends, discussed the places we would go. And he said I understood how the world made him ache. But no, that's how it happens. Days made of bargains I made because I thought as a wife I was meant to, and now my life is shattered and laid bare. Days and days and days and days and days and days and days. Welcome to our house on Maple Avenue. See how we sparkle and we shine. We rearrange and realign. Everything is balanced as it seems. Like chaos never happens if it's never seen. Don't you come back here. I didn't raise you to give up on your days like me. Thank you. This is Jaimie Paige. I hope you like that. That was my first performance after suffering from pleurisy earlier in the summer. So that was a lot of fun. Thank you for sticking around for it. From the Grand, for me, I want to say we miss you dearly. We love you all, and we are dying to get back up on stage. Remember, wear your masks to protect people like me who are immunocompromised. We really appreciate it. Stay safe, be home with your loved ones, and take care of yourselves. We are all in this together. Bye, guys. Love you.
The Grand? Oh, yeah. There was the one time I was there, and those blasted Whos were really getting under my skin. You're never gonna believe this, but I dressed up as Santa Claus and stole all their presents. My plan was just toss it all right off a cliff. I was thinking, oh, this is really gonna get them. But those Whos, they didn't seem to care. Kept singing, celebrating. My life changed that day at the Grand. Some of you might have been there to witness it. What? That happened a few times? Multiple times? Every year? Well, anyway, hope to see you at the Grand in the near future. No, it's not Christmas yet! Keep your eyes open. I'll probably be pushing something off a cliff. That came out wrong. Love you, Grand! How do you turn this thing off?
Hey folks, Chris Miller. I'm showing up here for the Grand Theater. The Grand Theater's been very good to me in the past, and I'm hoping that you could be good to them on my behalf, and I'll try to be good to them on my own behalf. And I hope to see you there soon. In the meantime, let me play something for you here. Tell me why the moment you're gone, I can't see anymore. That sun is rising, but it just don't shine. I've got no light through my door. I flip my switches, I don't turn on. Not a flicker, baby, got no juice today. Had a lighter in my carry-on, but the airline took it away. Well, it ain't just my sight that she stole. My heart's been missing a beat. My wheels are spinning, but they just don't go. I'm standing dead on my feet. I can't go out, I can't stay home. I'm crying showers, yeah, my mind's a hurricane. I called a taxi about an hour ago. I bet you he got lost in the rain. No mail today, oh my phone never rings. Nothing works when you're gone. My mind is humming, but my heart won't sing. Baby, can't you please come home? I got time on my hands, I got you on my mind. Got a heart that's beating like $100 Valentine. I know you told me you'd be home by 4, but I just can't.
woman.